Hello everybody, I am Baltmatrix and today is September 7th, 2021. There's just a smidge bit of Transformers news that we're going to cover today, a very little bit, and then I'd like to talk about some tech news, so let's go ahead and get into it. First up, we've got some video of Transformers Rise of the Beasts Optimus Prime rolling out in Brooklyn. This is care of TikTok user Arun09345. And yup, that's Optimus Prime driving down a street. Neat. Now, we've got some other Transformers Rise of the Beasts news. Filming crews have arrived at... film crew arrived to Cusco. It's in Peru. And let's see, who else is there? We've got some leading actors. Anthony Ramos and Dominique Fishback have arrived in Cusco. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yep, those look like Pelican cases to me. If you don't know, a Pelican case is a heavy-duty case meant for traveling with equipment. There's Dominique, and there's Anthony, and there are some other people. Hey, they're all masked. Good. And now that we watched the video, here are some stills from the video. The stills aren't great. I mean, they're just captured from the video. I love the look of the new Prime, though. Except that front. But that bright red, the big white stripe around the front, and the fact that the candy apple pops and the blue on the trailer, on the hitch in the rear section, it's all really nice. So I'm really hoping the movie's good, but this looks cool. Except, the blurry pictures don't look that good. Next up is probably my favorite news of the day is Mech Fan Toys MS-29 Falcon, aka Legends Class Springer. And this thing looks great. Yeah, the bottom of his feet are visible in helicopter mode. I don't care. But this thing looks super cool. I like the vehicle modes. They both look awesome. The car mode especially looks really cool. And, okay, can we stop with the missile? Seriously, it's not even the right color. It was one scene that was in the movie for all of 10 seconds. We don't need to keep seeing with every third-party rendition. And yes, his line of I've got better things tonight than die is a great line. Don't get me wrong, but the missile was like the most forgettable thing about the movie, or one of them. Anyway, ranting aside, Falcon looks great. I mean, this thing looks absolutely fantastic. I am going to have to pick this one up. I love the way it looks. The sword looks good. The vehicle modes look good. Everything about this figure looks fantastic. And he does the thing with the sword where it splits in half. I was about to say longitudinally. Yeah, longitudinally to form the helicopter blades. Again, a great use of the helicopter blade. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. And that is it for the giant robot news for right now. So let's go ahead and talk about some technology news. And I want to do this a little bit more, especially as we're coming into Q3. The tech news is going to be ramping up dramatically. So I'm a huge fan of technology. I work in technology. So I want to talk about it. So let's go ahead and talk about it. First up, coming from The Verge, Apple's iPhone 13 event will take place on September 14th. Today, Apple released one of their invites. California streaming, please join us for an Apple event. It's going to be broadcasting from Apple Park. Again, they are going to be doing the whole virtual thing. It's effectively nothing more than an Apple infomercial. It really is. Now, the reason I'm talking about Apple, and I'm going to be talking about Apple, is because Apple is important. It doesn't matter if you do or don't like Apple products. They're important. And the decisions that they make are then repeated all across the industry. Apple was the first to remove the headphone jack. Hey, look, Samsung, who can't do a unique thing, well, almost can't do a unique thing in their body, went ahead and removed that. Hey, Apple's not putting the charger in their boxes anymore, the AC adapter. Oh, okay, well, Samsung needs to do that too, and so does everybody else. Unfortunately, as Apple does, the market follows, whether we want to admit it or not. So Apple's iPhone 13 event is going to be next week. I really hope that we get more than just the phones. I'm hoping we get some iPad news. I'm hoping we get new MacBook news and a new Pro iMac. Will we? Probably not, but I hope we do. And this comes from Ars Technica. Literally, Windows 11 was broken because of a Microsoft Teams ad. I cannot make this stuff up. Now, why am I talking about Windows 11? It comes out in a month. It's releasing on October 5th. There's also a Microsoft Surface event that's going to be gone September 22nd, I want to say. At the end of this month, they're going to be releasing or announcing new Surface products. The Surface line is Microsoft's line of in-house tablets, desktops, and laptops, for those that don't know. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. There was a JavaScript or a JSON blob that inside the Microsoft registry for Windows 11 that contained, no, wait a minute, based on Microsoft provided workaround and narrow the problem down to, a registry key that contained a JSON blob, which is a piece of code. A blob is just a chunk of code that had an advertisement for Microsoft Teams. Think about that. You just broke your operating system, which is releasing in a month, with an advertisement. And people wonder why I use Linux and why I use Mac OS. I do use Windows. I use Windows on a daily basis. I also use Linux and Mac on a daily basis because that's the kind of nerd I am. But this is insane. Like, how did this get out into the wild? This is typical. Well, no, that's not fair. It's not typical Microsoft. So you have to realize a couple of years ago, almost 5+ years ago, Microsoft fired or, laid off most of their quality assurance teams and moved everything in-house to automation. That's it. Their entire QA system is primarily machine learning automation. And it's been kind of a disaster. I know of multiple companies that are, 400 or 500 people who have mostly gotten rid of their Windows machines and gotten rid of Active Directory and got rid of everything Microsoft except for Office because the world runs on Office. I'm sorry to say it is true. This is insane. I cannot get over this. These things keep happening. Updates keep breaking Windows 10. And we bought an operating system. Well, you were a multi-billion-dollar organization, Microsoft. We don't need to be supplementing advertisements for you. I don't want my products to be advertising to me if I pay for them. That's ridiculous. And finally, something that caught my eye over at CNET, which I think is really cool, a Hyundai's fuel cell trailer drone is the future of trucking. Minus the trucks. This, I think, is really cool. The trucking industry is desperate to replace, humans. Because quite frankly, not a lot of people want to work in the trucking industry or the shipping industry. They just don't. And this could be a way. Now, automation in any kind of driving is years off. I mean, years off. But in the shipping industry, that's a little bit different. You take a look at all of these warehouses that have got all this automation in place. There's a huge one. Go over to the YouTube channel Tom Scott, and you'll find a couple of weeks ago he did a video about the automation at a British, British warehouse. It wasn't an Amazon warehouse, but it was a British warehouse, fully automated, like crazy automation. If that can scale up in size to the shipping industry, like with these giant shipping containers, that's going to be, I think, a benefit to a lot of people. Unfortunately, not the workers, which sucks. But this could be a good thing. Could be. All right, everyone, that's it for the news today, September 7th, 2021. It is a Tuesday, by the way. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of all of this stuff down in the comments. Do you like the tech news stuff? Because I work in technology, so I have a unique perspective on it from most of the other folks, especially you're talking about the folks that are in all these major publications. None of them work and have to manage them on a day-to-day basis. I do, so I have a little bit of a unique perspective on that. As I said, thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all tomorrow.